In this video, we're going to talk about revision questions in page 79 for shapes and space. Shape and space. Now, here, question one, triangle BTC is an isosceles triangle, and triangle ACE is a right-angled triangle. Show that triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. So here, with this question, let's zoom in so we understand. This is an isosceles triangle. This one is a right angle triangle. And they want us to prove that ABC is equilateral. First thing we have to know, what's the rule of equilateral triangles؟ يعني أنا لما نبي نثبت إنه هو equilateral نبي نعرف شنو هي الرول بتاع equilateral. Equilateral triangles have what? They have the same angles. They have the same angles. So it means I have to find these angles and all of them must be 60. All of them must be 60. So if all of them are 60, it means I have proven that this triangle is an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to follow the steps. I'll write them here and then I'll prove that each angle is 60. And this is how I prove that this is an equilateral triangle. يعني هذه هي الطريقة اللي هنستخدمها. أول حاجة let's cover this space. So we can work here. I'll cover everything so I can work because I need a lot of space. And then I'll prove that it's equilateral. Okay. Now let's look here. Here and here. Let's cover all of this. Yeah. Why not? Okay, here we go. So we want to prove that these are 60. I wrote on them 60, so you know that we are trying to prove this. So I'm gonna start with the triangles that I know. أول حاجة here, I know that this is what? This is an isosceles triangle. And in isosceles triangles, we have two lines which are the same. يعني two lines they are the same. And I'm sorry, yes, let me stop this. Yes. So enable meeting room, yes. So as I said, we're gonna prove that this one is an equilateral triangle. Let me give me a second. So as we said, this we want to prove that ABC is equilateral. والقاعدة بتاع equilateral هي شنو؟ إن all angles are the same because all sides are the same. So the angles must be 60. Now, to prove that this is equilateral triangle, I'm gonna try to find each angle. I don't know what are they. I put 60 here لأننا نبي نثبت إنها 60. Okay. Now I'm gonna start step by step to find all the angles inside, and then I'll prove that all of them are 60. So first we said what? إن هذا isosceles triangle. وكما قلنا isosceles معناها this line equals this line. And because this line equals this line, it means the base angles are here. This angle and this angle. So these angles are the same. اللي هي CBD and BCD. These angles are the same. I don't know how much they are. So I'm going to try to find out using the angles that I have. Okay. First, here, let's say طبعا ما عندناش اي lateral ما عندناش parallel lines, so we can't use parallel lines rules. لكن عندي isosceles, so I'm going to use this rule. Now I'm going to try to find these two angles. Okay, so I'm going to say that they are equal. I'm going to say yes, BCD equals CBD. تمام؟ يعني الانجل هذه والانجل هذه are the same. ليش؟ لانه هو isosceles triangle. And how can I find them? They equal what? Very good. They equal 180 minus this angle. يعني حنقص الانجل هذه من 180. So minus let's expand this one so we can do it directly, or do it like this. خلاص حتكون minus 2 bracket x minus 30 and then close bracket. So كما قلنا إن 180 minus هذه هي 2x minus 30 inside the bracket, and then all of them, the answer is going to be divided by 2. Why it will be divided by 2؟ لأن شنو؟ لأن هذين two angles كيف نطلعهن؟ ننقص هذه من 180 وبعدين نقسمها على 2 تطلع هذه وهذه. تمام. Now I'm going to make a line of division and I'm going to put 2 under it like this. So like this and 2. So these are the first two angles. You've got BCD, this angle, equals CBD, this angle. And how do we find them? by subtracting this from 180 and then dividing by 2. This is the idea of finding these two angles. Now I'm going to finish this and simplify it as much as possible. Okay, I'll simplify it as much as possible. Now, to simplify this, first thing I do is what? عندي شنو؟ عندي expanding. عندي expanding here. I can do it. So I'm going to expand through inside like this and like this. So I'll end up with what? 180 minus 2 times x. The first one is minus 2 times x is going to be minus 2x. And then minus 2 times minus 30, it's going to be plus 60. Yeah? And then all of them are divided by 2. That's the idea. Yeah? I'm going to make a line of action so we know that this is divided by 2. I'm going to simplify them more, in which I'm going to add the numbers together. So 180 plus 60 هتيجي كام؟ Very good. 180 plus 60 هيجي عندي, let's do it here. 180 plus 60 is going to be 240. 180, 60, 240, okay? And then 240 minus 2x, minus 2x. And then all of them divided by 2, okay? I'm going to make a fraction like this, fraction line. Now, I need to simplify this more. So as I said, I'm simplifying them. So I'm going to make an R like this. And then I need to simplify this more. How do I simplify this more? By, yes, factorizing this. I want to factorize this. To factorize this, I'm going to break them down. Break them down. I have the 2x مثلا نكتبها هنا. I'm going to break it here. 240 minus 2x. To break the 2x is going to be 2 multiplied by x. This is how we do factorizing. We break them and then we factorize. So it's going to be 2 times x here. And 240, because I have 2 here, it's going to be 2 times 120. I don't have to write all the numbers. These are enough. Well, now, by doing this, I can take common factors. هناخد common factors بين هذه وهذه. هتكون عندي common factor اللي هو 2. تمام؟ So I'm gonna take the 2 and write it like this. And then because nothing else is common, I'm gonna open a bracket. And then what did I leave in this group? I left 120, so I'm gonna write 120. And then what's the sign? It's negative, so I'm gonna write negative. And what did I leave here? I left x, so I will write x. And then I close the bracket. This is how we factorize expressions. Now, after factorizing, I'm going to take the factorized part اللي هو درت له factorizing ونحطه مكان البارت هذا كله like this. So it's going to be 2 multiplied by 120 minus x and then close bracket, and all of this is divided by 2. So this is the answer after factorizing. Now I'm going to make the line like this. As I noticed that I have 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. يعني عندي واحدة فوق وواحدة تحت. Now I can remove them together like this. وتعدي مع 2. ويفضل عندي شنو؟ 120 minus x. So the final answer will be 120 minus x. شنو هي 120 minus x? These two angles اللي هي CBD and BCD. So this one is 120 minus x. Like this, I'll make it small so you can see it. And this one the same. So I know this angle and I know this angle now. So I found it as an expression. That's the idea. Because you have expressions here, you don't have any number that solves the x. So it means you have to find them by using expressions. Now, to find the answer or the rest of the answer, we can do it like this, or we can add up these and make them equal to 180 and find the value of x. I can do this. And then I can find the rest of the numbers by doing the same step, okay? Or I can do it here. You can do it here by finding, but you don't have the 60, you don't have the 60, you don't have these numbers, so you can't use them to find x, but you have these now. You have all of these, so you can find x and the value of x, and then you can find all the numbers or the rest of the numbers. Now we can find the value of x by adding all of these together. يعني أنا عندي triangle توا كامل. التراينجل هذا فيه معلومة، المعلومة هي الانجلز كلهم قاعدات. نقدر نزيدهم كلهم مع بعضهم ونقول له equals 180 وبعدين نطلع x كم قيمتها. That's the idea. So I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to add them. So I'm going to say 120 minus x plus 120 minus x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 30. ونسكر bracket and then equals 180. يعني بالايديا هذه انا نقدر نطلع قيمه x لاني عندي triangle كامل. عندي triangle كامل. تمام. Now I can add them together and find the value of x and then continue with the numbers. Okay. So here, this one is 120 and this one is 120 and together they're going to be 240. So 240. Okay. 240. This one minus x and minus x, it's going to be minus 2x. So minus 2x. And then we have this bracket, here 2 multiplied by x. So I'm going to expand here, and here expanding. I'm going to take the 2 multiplied inside. 2x will minus 30. تمام؟ فحيكون عندي 2x يعني plus 2x. But this idea won't help me a lot. It's going to be 180 equal 180. So it's not going to help me a lot. It's not going to solve the problem. So let's not do this. Let me show you the other one. Let's not do this. Yeah. لأن مش حطلع لي قيمة x. You have to prove it. ومش حطلع لي قيمة x كم. So let's follow the other idea in which we continue using the algebraic expressions and continuing the answers. Okay. لأن الايديا هذه مش حطلع لي قيمة x. الاكس يعدل مع الاكس وتجد 180 equals 180 وما درتش أي شنو؟ ما درتش أي حل. Now let's use the rest of the algebraic way to find the rest of the answers. Okay. Now I found the angles 120 minus x, 120 minus x. Now I can find this and I can find this because both of them are on straight lines. يبقى هذا لأنه straight line نقدر نطلع قيمة الزاوية اللي هي هذه اللي هي ضروري تطلع 60. كيف نطلعها؟ Because this is a straight line, I'm gonna say that 120 minus x plus x تمام plus x ونقسم من 180. So I'm going to say that the angle ACB هنكتبها هنا هنقول ACB equals what? Equals طب نحن عندنا قيمة الانجل هذه نقدر نطلعها. نشتغلوا على الانجل هذه الاول باش نكملوا مع بعض. Okay. So let's skip this now. Let's do this first. Let's find this angle. Now to find this angle كيف ما قلنا ان هذه triangle, right angle triangle. يعني هذه 90 90. Okay. And this one is x. ولو بنطلع هذه معناها نجمعهن كلهن ونقسم من 180. معناها حنقول له EAC which is this angle تمام equals what? Equals 180 minus 90 plus x. تمام ونقدر نجاوب براكت لأن نجمعهن ونقسم من 180. تمام ضروري نجمعهن ونقسم من 180. Now I'm going to continue this to find EAC. تمام. Now here I have a minus. Focus on this. لما يجي عندي minus outside of the bracket, it means I have to expand it inside like this. So I have to expand it inside. So this one, let's continue with this one. We have 180. تمام. Minus مضروبة في 90 هتجد minus 90. And then minus مضروبة في plus x هتجد minus x. Okay. And then we continue with the simplifying. So 180 minus 90 is going to be 90 and then minus x. So the angle EAC هي 90 minus x. طبعا ركزوا على الارقام اللي نطلع فيه نحن لان حنشتغل فيه. هذه 90 minus x وهذه 120 minus x. هنكتبوا هذه 90 minus x. Let's write it here. 90 minus x. Now after finding the expressions of all the angles that I have, now I'm going to find the values of the angles inside. تمام هنشتغل بالstraight lines. I can notice that this one is a straight line كما قلنا اللي النقطة هذه وهذه حتى هي straight line. و this one is a straight line. So all of them I'm going to work with the straight line ideas. هنشتغل بالstraight lines بحيث نطلع كل angle واحدة. تمام. First let's work on this angle اللي هي I think it's 60. To prove it's 60 I have to work with the straight line rule. هنقول 180 minus هذه مع هذا. تمام. فأول angle هنقول CAB equals what? Equals 180 minus شنو؟ minus هذه plus هذه. So I'm gonna put them in bracket. معناها هنقول له minus bracket x plus 30 تمام plus 90 minus x. تمام. and then close bracket. يعني هنجمع هذين الاثنين مع بعضهم وننقصهم من 180 تطلع لي هذا. تمام. Now let's expand. Same idea. I'm gonna expand. So I have an x here. تمام. الاكس هذه مضروبه برا نيجاتيف معناها عندي expanding. نيجاتيف مع الاكس، نيجاتيف مع 30، نيجاتيف مع 90 وبعدها مع نيجاتيف x. تمام. So to expand this I'm gonna start from here 180 بعدين minus في الاكس تجد minus x minus في 30 minus 30 minus في 90 minus 90 وminus في minus x هتجد positive x. تمام. Now let's continue. شنو عندي minus x و plus x حيريحن مع بعضهم بزيرو. تمام. عندي هنا وهذه حيريحن زيرو. And here we have 180 minus 30 كم تطلع؟ تمام. تعال نروح هيك. sorry 180 minus 30 حتطلع 150. 150 minus 90 حتطلع كم؟ 60. So this one is 60. So the first angle that we found is this angle. وقلنا ان هي 60. So this one is good. Now let's move on and find the other angles. They have to be 60. Same idea. And a straight line. هنطلع الانجل ACB. So I'm going to write it here. Let's make a box on this so we know that we put this here. Well, the next one is ACB. So ACB اللي هي الانجل هذه اللي نقطة equals what? Straight line معناها 180 minus نحطوا هذين في bracket اللي هي الاكس ومعاها ال 120 minus x. فحتكون minus x plus 120 minus x. And then close bracket. Same idea, I'm going to simplify by expanding the negative outside the bracket. So the negative is expanded like this. ركزوا على expanding بتاع النيجاتيف لأنه مهم ويتلخبط كمان ما تدرسوش expanding. Now I have 180 same idea minus في الx minus x minus في ال 120 minus 120 and then minus في minus to get positive x. And then because I have plus x and minus x هيعدل مع بعضهم 0. And then I end up with what? 180 minus 120 and the answer will be 60. So same idea with this one. This one is 60. So I proved that this one is 60. And the last one, I'm going to do the same idea. I'm going to prove that it's 60. So I'm going to put a box here. Last angle, which is ABC. So I'm going to write ABC equals what? Same idea لأن هي قاعدة على straight line. معناها حنجمع هذين الاثنين مع بعضهم وننقصهم من 180. فهنقول له 180 minus open bracket باش تحط الانجلز جوا 120 or after الاكس عادي x plus 120 minus x. Okay. Same idea. I'm gonna expand. Sorry. I'm gonna expand the negative sign هنا وهنا وهنا. Same idea. Okay. And then I'm gonna write the answer. So 180 minus x بعدين minus 120 بعدين plus x. Same steps. And then I'm gonna simplify. So minus x تعدي مع x. And then عندي 180 minus 120 equals 60. Equals 60. And by that هيك أثبتت إن الانجل هذه 60 حتى هي. And because all of them are 60, it means it's an equilateral triangle. So triangle. So you say ABC equals ACB equals BAC equals 60. So triangle, so ABC is an equilateral triangle. That's the idea of this question. I hope you understand the idea. Let's move on to the next question. Now, for question 2, here AB and BC and CD are three sides. AB, BC, CD. They are three sides of a regular octagon. And we know that octagons have how many sides? They have 8 sides. So n equals what? Equals 8. So I have to write this so I don't forget. Remember. Find the size of angle BAC. Give reasons for your answer. They need BAC. BAC. Now, we know that this is an octagon and it has 8 sides. Now, let's take a look at the shape that we made with the line AE like this. You can see that this is what? This is an isosceles triangle. Do you see it? It's an isosceles triangle.
Yeah.
So this line and this line are the same. And this one is finishing the base of the triangle. So it's an isosceles triangle. So this line is the same as this line. It means the angles or the base angles are the same. يعني الزوايا اللي نقطة هذين هذه وهذه they are the same. So if I find this, I will subtract it from 180 and then divide it by 2 so I can find the angle BAC. Now let's do the work step by step. هنديروها واحدة واحدة. First, I have to find ABC. Oh, running out of time. Okay. Yeah, first I'm gonna find ABC. Let's do this fast, okay? First, let's cover this. As we said, this is a regular octagon, so it has 8 sides. So to find the angle or the internal angle, first I have to find the sum of all angles. And as we said before, the sum of all angles equals what? Equals inside a bracket n minus 2 multiplied by 180. Okay. So first I'm going to find the sum of angles. I know that it has 8 sides. So n equals 8. So 8 minus 2. Okay. And then I multiply it by 180. So 8 minus 2 times 180. So 8 minus 2 equals 6. 6 times 180 will give me the sum of the angles. So 6 times 180 is going to be 1080. So what's 1080? 1080 is the sum of interior angles. Sum of interior angles. That's so important. You have to focus on this. يعني هو مجموع الزوايا الداخلية متاع شنو؟ متاع this polygon. Okay, or the octagon. So I have 1080. Now I know it's a regular octagon. It means all the angles are the same. معناها لما ناخذ ال 1080 divided by 8, I will get each angle alone. So I'm going to say 1080 divided by 8 will give me what? Will give me the size of each angle or of each interior angle. So 1080, sorry, 1080 divide 8 equals 135. So it means that each interior angle is 135. It means that B is 135 because B is one of the interior angles. Let's make it smaller. Okay. Now, after finding B, I can find A and C by doing what? By subtracting from 180 and then dividing by 2 because this is an isosceles triangle. So I'm going to subtract from 180. I'll say A, sorry, dot BAC equals ACB equals 180 minus 135 and then divided by 2. Let me minus first. So 180 minus 35 will equal what? 180 minus 135 will be 45. And then I'm going to take the 45 divided by 2 because as we said, they are both the same because this is an isosceles triangle. So I'm going to take 45 divided by 2 and the answer will be divide 2, 22.5. And this is the answer for BAC. It's going to be 22.5. Now, of course, they told you to give reasons for your answers. This one is the sum of interior angles. And then why did we divide by 8? Because it will give me each interior angle alone. And we said BAC equals ACB. And why is that? Because ABC is isosceles. Okay, right? Isosceles. And these are the reasons for each step that we made. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next one.